Insecurity has always been an important topic to me, both personally and just for the community itself. When I was a young wife, my ex-husband and I were stationed at a base in Mississippi, in Biloxi, Mississippi. We were very young, very poor, and both of our families were also low income, so we didn't have any family to lean on. It was extremely hard to find a job as a spouse on a military base that was going to be a temporary training station for most people who were stationed there. So hard to get a job. And we found ourselves without food one week. We just didn't have enough paycheck left. And so I was desperate. I didn't know what to do. It was pretty shameful. It was a hard thing to deal with, and trying to figure out how to handle this as a young 20-year-old. I remember I went to the food stamp office and I said, you know, my husband and I can't buy food. Can we please get some help? And they said, oh, you make too much money just with your husband's income. And I thought, how? We can't afford any food. So we left, sat in my car, and I cried. And then I went home and I pulled out the yellow pages, and I remember looking for a food bank because I'd heard of those. I just never used them before. And I found one, and I called them and I told them my situation, and they said, say no more, come on down right now and we're gonna help you. And I didn't know what that was gonna look like. And I remember walking into that office and there were these two women, and they said, honey, we see so many military families. It's a common problem. And I said, I had no idea. And they loaded me up with 2 brown grocery sacks full of food. And I was just overwhelmed with joy and relief. And I remember tearing up again, and they both gave me a big hug, and they said, now you know, if you ever need any help again, come back. And I said, I'm gonna pay this forward. From this point on, I'm always gonna be involved in hunger relief, because it is so crucial, it's so critical, and we never know if we're just one life moment away from finding ourselves in need. I never had to go back. We were fortunate enough to get back on our feet with just that little bit of help. But from that moment on, it was important to always be involved in hunger relief. I actually moved here to Wichita Falls for the military, and I stayed here. And I actually knew the interim director at the time. I'd met her through another volunteer opportunity in Wichita Falls, and I just reached out to her and asked about ways that I could get involved. And I was asked, would you be interested in serving on the board? The time that I've spent at the food bank has been so valuable on not only just a personal level, but a professional level as well. I have been able to learn so much by serving on the board. I have learned about nutrition. I have learned about food sourcing. I have learned about the challenges with regulations. You name it, it has been so rewarding. And I would highly encourage anyone who's interested in getting involved, start out as a volunteer. Come and work at the food bank. You know, take some time to learn about, you know, all the different ways to help around here as a volunteer. Just moving forward, we need strong leaders, and we need people to step up in the community that are passionate about hunger relief and will dedicate their time and resources to it. I will say a million thanks. I cannot thank the staff enough. Your trust in me during the time that I was here as a leader, your support has meant so much to me. And I thank you. And I know that the community of Wichita Falls thanks you, because there's hundreds and hundreds of people who go to bed with a full belly because of the work that you're doing here. Thank you to the staff. Thank you to all the other board members. I really appreciate you all, and I wish you all the best.